So I'm starting with the e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist, and then I'm going to apply my foundation, and I'm going to be using the Acne Fighting Foundation in the shade Buff. I forgot how much I like this foundation. It has a really nice satin finish. It has such good coverage. I forgot how much I loved the coverage on this foundation, and I actually think the shade match is pretty good for me right now as well. I don't own a concealer from e.l.f. That's one of the things I've never purchased. I don't know, I don't feel like they have a concealer that interests me right now. So I'm going to just be using my foundation as my under eye concealer because who cares? I did apply my eyebrows off camera, and I used the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit to do that. And the two powders I used were not e.l.f. They were Wet n Wild. They're just the photo focused pressed powders. So I didn't show that on camera. Then I'm using my e.l.f. Primer Infused bronzer in the shade Perpetually Tanned. This bronzer is actually a little bit too deep for me, and I was like really piling it on. I don't know why, so yeah, I look kind of orangey. And then the blush I'm using is just this e.l.f. blush. I think it's in the shade Blushing. I don't actually really know what this blush is, and it didn't really show up on my skin, so I wouldn't really recommend it if you're any deeper than me. For eyeshadow, I'm using the e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset eyeshadow palette. I love this eyeshadow palette. The color selection is so pretty and perfect for this time of the year, and the formula is so good. I can't believe how good of a formula this is. I did apply the bronzy shade with my finger, and then I took the light brown shade. It's a matte shade, and I'm using this to buff around the edges and create that transition into my crease. I took a clean fluffy brush, and I'm just going to further buff out the edges of that matte shade. Then I'm taking the deepest matte shade. It's like a dark chocolatey brown, but it has a hint of plum in it, and I'm going to apply this color to the outer V of my eye, on the upper and on the lower lash line. This gives me more of like an almond shape so that my eyes look a little bit bigger than usual. And then I'm taking that warm brown again, and with the small fluffy brush I am buffing out my lower lash line. This is the e.l.f. Detailed Crease Brush. Then I'm going back in with that dark matte shade and that same small crease brush, and I'm just going to further buff out the outer corner, and then taking that fluffy brush again, blending out the edges. And then I wanted to re-intensify the bronze shade on my lid, so I use my finger, and I'm just re-intensifying that shade. I'm gonna curl my lashes with the e.l.f. eyelash curler, and the mascaras I'm using are not e.l.f. I don't own e.l.f. mascaras, so I just applied the CoverGirl Lash Primer with the Essence Volume Stylish Mascara. Stylist. For lips, I'm using the e.l.f. matte lipstick in the shade Praline. I forgot how much I like this color. It actually is a really pretty neutral nude shade. And then I'm going to spritz my face with the Hydrating Coconut Mist, which I actually love the effect it gives on my skin. It makes my skin look really fresh and dewy. I'm going to use the highlighter from the Powder Contour Kit. It's a really subtle glow, so I actually ended up applying this all over my face pretty much, not just on my nose and cheekbones. I kind of just applied it everywhere because it gave me a very glowy, lit from within kind of look. And that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but e.l.f. is one of my favorite brands. I love their products. Well, a lot of their products I really love, and they are just really great. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.